Here's why Harrison Butker was right. Hello friends, my name is Abby. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you'll subscribe and hit the like button. Today I'm going to share why I think that Harrison Butker was completely correct. I loved what he had to say, and I know it's controversial. Some people might even call what he said dangerous, but I would 100% disagree because I think that women are being sold a narrative that is not going to bring them fulfillment and happiness. So I'm going to share my thoughts today. Let's just hop right in. If you didn't see Harrison Butker's speech, I'm going to put a little clip of it right here.
For the ladies present today, congratulations on an amazing accomplishment. You should be proud of all that you have achieved to this point in your young lives. I want to speak directly to you briefly because I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now, about to cross this stage, and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. I can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother.
So what Harrison Butker was saying was that any job that you get in life is going to be secondary to the job of being a wife and a mother. And can I be honest for a second? I think that that is entirely true for men as well. Any job a man has is going to be entirely secondary to his role as a father and as a husband. Being part of a family is what really matters in life. Having those relationships, being a part of something greater than yourself, raising the next generation, having that person waiting for you at the end of the day when you get home, that is the stuff that life is made of. Any job, any career we choose can be incredibly wonderful, incredibly fulfilling in many ways. But if you didn't have a husband or a wife or children waiting at home, you would still not feel fulfilled. Success is holistic. I always say success is so much more than a job. If you had an amazing job and none of that other good stuff that I was talking about, none of those relationships that matter, then you wouldn't be successful. Success is something we need to evaluate on many different levels. And when he was talking about how women are being sold a diabolical lie, that their work should come at the cost of their families, not beside their families, but at the cost of it. He's absolutely correct. Happiness cannot be fulfilled without the people around you that make life worth living. Being a mom, being a wife, it brings me more joy than anything else I could do in my life. I love getting to do these videos. I really do. And I'm really grateful that I get the chance to do it. But it can only be done in the times that aren't taking away from my family. Because if I were to sacrifice all of the energy that I have for my kids so I could just pursue my individual fulfillment, my children wouldn't thrive in the way that they are, and I would enjoy them less. This is an interesting thing that people don't think about, is the more time you put into yourself as an individual, the less you're going to have for your children, for your family. And as your children grow, they may become less likable because they don't have you guiding them to be better because you're too focused on you to focus on them. And then when you wonder, why don't I like my kids so much? Why don't I like being home? I'm going to keep spending more and more time on me. That's what ends up happening. You end up not wanting to spend as much time with your kids because you don't like them as much, because you didn't put in the hard work at the beginning to make sure they were likable. I think that being a mom and being a wife is the most important thing that a woman can do. There is nothing more important. And once you have children, they are the priority. You have to put them first. You should put them first. You will want to put them first. They become your dream. There is nothing more important and more fulfilling than seeing your child grow into the best little person they can be. So when Harrison Butker is encouraging women to really embrace the roles that make us feminine, make us women, there's nothing wrong with that. And I think it's important for women to hear it because we do live in a narrative that says, oh, well, you might want kids, but you might not. It's a 50-50 shot, really. You might be interested, you might choose not to. And for the majority, the vast majority of women, having children is the path to fulfillment. Without having children, you will not feel like you've done what you wanted out of life. There is a huge fertility gap in this country, meaning women say that they want a certain number of kids and end up with less. There's also been a decline in women's happiness. ever since the 70s. Women have become less happy as they've been more in the workplace, been given more equal rights. Now, that's not to say that the equal rights have caused the unhappiness, but what the equal rights have caused is a push for women not to do the things that make them womanly. Go to the work. Go to the workplace. Leave your kids at a daycare. Stop doing the things that make you women so that we can prove that those equal rights have been earned, that we should go out and do those things. Not that we can, but that we should. And women have become less and less happy over time in that pursuit because women love to nurture. It's an innate quality in women to want to nurture another person, another living thing. So Harrison Butker's message was exactly right. And as a stay-at-home mom, I think it's so important that we tell our young women, even if they have spent time, effort, and money to get a degree, that education will never be wasted. That's something I think is also a huge issue, is this sunk cost fallacy. I spent all of this time, effort, and money to get a degree. How could I just quit? How could I just stay at home with my kids now? You absolutely can. That education is never wasted, and life is too short. Life is too short to say I have to stick with something because I already invested time. I know too many women who have wanted to stay home with their kids, who really dream of it, but felt after having spent that time, effort, and money in a career or an education that they can't. And that is so sad to me because, again, life is too short. We are allowed to pivot and use whatever education that we had in a different way than we anticipated, but it will still be used. So I hope that today's video inspires you to have children, be brave, enjoy your life in the way that you were meant to, and not feel pressured to stick with whatever it is you are doing now to make up for lost time. You can devote your life to being a wife and a mother, and you will have completely fulfilled your potential. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!